Let's build some stuff. Let's do things. Yeah, did you hear about this? Apple came out with a new watch and it can spin by itself. No, I'm just kidding. No. Whenever Apple comes out with a new product, they also have a new landing page. And when it comes to web designers and designers in general, we always like to go, ooh, amazing. And so as I scroll down after that intro video, you have parallax scrolling, and then you have this red overlay, but it's radial gradient, and then it just goes up, and then you have it looks like an upside down UFO or something from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But then you scroll down, and so this is what I want to do. I want to try to do this sticky and then zoom in and then have that video zoom in at the same time. And then there's like two pieces of content and then it unstickies. And if we have time, we'll do this sticky right here and zoom into an image that is in a box. And if we still have time, I want to show you this is actually HTML5 video tag, and it only plays when you get to it, and it's not a scroll into view type of interaction. I found JavaScript to make this happen, and I want to share that with you all. And if we still have time, we'll do this one. So yeah, we probably won't have time, but I'll go as fast as I can and learn right in front of your faces. But yeah, so here's what I got so far. I learned that when inspecting this website, I learned that this background, all their videos, either use Canvas or is separate JPEGs. And with Webflow, you cannot use Canvas and you cannot animate separate JPEGs. You kind of can, but that would be so hard to do inside of Webflow interactions. So what I did was I downloaded all of these JPEGs right here. Each one of these, as I scroll, is a JPEG. And I just merged them all into one lottie JSON file. So lottie file. So if I preview, that's a lottie file. So as you can see here, boom, lottie. All right. And then I also found the URLs to these MP4s. So yeah, that one is here. And I also found one down here. All right. And then I found this JavaScript. I Googled it and I messed with it. And this is the thing that will play the video when I scroll this into view. So yeah. So if we have time, we'll get through many things. If not, maybe we can extend it to another stream. But let me check chat. We good? Welcome back, Mohammed. Welcome back, Steven, Texas from Marine. Marine from Texas. My brain. Mark is back. Welcome back. All right, here we go. Let me just let me just create a new section. Command E. I did Command R. Let's try it again. Command E. Section. Put that at the top. Okay, so what we're trying to do is this part right here. So I'm gonna make a sticky section, and it's gonna do that. All right, so let's go ahead and make this box. I don't know how big this box is. I'm just freestyling right now. So let's make this section black background, and in it I have a div block, and this is going to be a row 1 container. Cool. And row 1 container is going to be margin auto on both sides, so that way it's centered horizontally, and I'm going to give it a max width of, I'm guessing, 1200 pixels. Yeah, whatever. And oh wait, the background is like a gray. All right, so let me get this section, give it a gray, dark gray like that, and take this row container and make sure it's black. There we go. Cool. And so let's put this lottie file in here. But I need some... Okay, we need to play around with sticky. So whenever you play around with sticky, it needs to have a parent that is position relative. So you would go to position relative. All right? Cool. And then inside of there, I need to put another div. And we're going to give it a class of sticky. And then let's give it a position of sticky. And set this top to 0. And I'm going to drag this lottie animation into sticky. Cool. So sticky's not going to work yet. That's fine. But if, let me see here. If I set this row container to something crazy like a height of 300 VH, will this stick? Yes, it's sticking. Cool. Cool. So row 1 container has the position relative and the height of 300 VH. Cool. Now, let's see what happens. So if I preview it, it's going to autoplay. We don't want that. What we want is as we're scrolling down, that's when it plays. It's going by the scroll position. So I'm going to target row 1 container and go here to the interactions and add an element trigger. And we'll do while scrolling in view. All right. And then on scroll, I'm going to play a custom animation. And I'm going to create an animation right there. So we have our timeline. We're going to call this Lottie 1. You can name it whatever you want. And now we're going to target the Lottie animation. Going to press plus on the scroll, actions. And we're going to go integrations, Lottie. Cool. So Webflow gives you 2 keyframes, 2 actions immediately. What happens at the top of the div? What happens when you get to the bottom? So at the top of the div, the animation, the Lottie animation down here is at 0. But at the bottom of the div, we're going to advance it to the end. Okay, not the very end, because I don't want a black screen. There we go, 97%. So if I preview this and drag this down, now I have control. Pretty cool. So if I preview and I scroll, there we go. Easy. I know it's not exactly like this because they've added other things. For example, this is actually a static JPEG and then it somehow switches to the video and starts to zoom in. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do a zoom in. Hold on. Let's take that Lottie animation and let's zoom out. Wait, but hold on. I wonder if this Lottie animation is that the real... Does it really cut off right there? I don't know. Hold on. Let me try something. Can I make the width like 700? No, there's not. It actually cuts off there. Well, I'm just showing you the tricks. I don't know what Apple did. If I did, I'd be working there. But okay. Oh, it's not starting at 0. There we go. It's not starting. I have to start this later. Let's go 50% because I'm already looking at the thing. There we go. That's what I want. All right, cool. We have that, and I feel like this also needs to be sticky. Or is it all... Well, let's just keep going. And now we have 2 pieces of text. And so let me make sure that this Lottie animation, it needs to be stuck on the back. Can I set it to absolute? Will it hurt anything? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe. Sticky. I'm setting this to sticky as well, 0 pixels. Doesn't. Okay, cool. It moves up because it was crashing into the video below. All right. So if that's sticky, can I add some more divs on top? I'm just sticking everything. Sticky content. Wait, no. I need to put some content. So what I'm trying to do right now is this side right here, the left side of words, of content. And so what I'm going to do is, let's make this with 50%. And let's push it away from the right, or sorry, left. And we're just going to add some sort of heading, say H3, and a paragraph. Let's go ahead and make sure that the text here is white. All right, watch me fail. So I need this to go on top of this, but earlier, and that's why I'm like kind of confused right now, because I don't want it to. Maybe this needs to be bigger. Let's go 500 VH. Okay, I'm gonna put you on top of there, and this probably doesn't have to be sticky. Maybe it can be absolute. The reason why is because I'm trying to put this div block of text on top of this. So let's make this sticky on top. There we go. I wonder. Let's make this div block really tall. So what I'm trying to do is this has to stay fixed. But I don't want to use fix because fix is going to the body, not the actual div. Watch Nelson fail. That's what this stream's all about. Oh man. So if I preview, this is not going to do what I want. And it's not doing the animation. Oh, because we're at 50%. Oh, I'm sweating here. Can't even do this first one. In my head, I thought I could. Okay, that still works. I wonder, how do you get the text inside, on top of this? That's what I'm wondering. Maybe it's not supposed to be sticky. Okay, maybe. I need you to scroll down, please. I need this to like scroll up. Oh, is it because it's inside the sticky? Hold on. Oh, I think I got it. There it is. Okay. I don't know what I just did. But I'm gonna just keep going with it. Let's see, can I, instead of absolute, can it be just, okay, it can't be static. But if I scroll down, okay. All right, so what I've learned, let me just make sure. So what I learned is that this div block right here, we're gonna call it content container. So this div block right here needs to be position absolute, all right? So this is position absolute with a z-index of 1, so it's on top of the lottie file, all right? This lottie file is inside of a sticky container. This doesn't need to be sticky. This content doesn't need to be sticky. So that's why it works when it's not inside of the sticky div. Okay, so this sticks, this doesn't. Duh. Now, this lottie animation needs to stick because we need it to do its animation while we scroll. So as we scroll down, there we go. Okay. Cool. So this content container, let's go ahead and just put these two in a div so it's more clean. So all I have to do is just take this. Let me take this content container, remove the padding on top. All right, so for this, we can just say content block, and this will have a margin on the top of like 100 VH. So it goes like that. So it passes by. And then we can take this content block and paste it again. And so it's like 1, 2, go. I knew what I was doing, as he says. Yeah, right, under his breath. So here we go. 1, 2, and we still have the animation going. It's a very choppy one, but it's one that works for us. Let me see if I can remove this height. Let's see if this works. Cool. I broke it. All right, so I'm going to leave the height and figure out life. Let's make this lottie animation 100 VH. I'm not sure why that's not... why I have letterboxing. I can cheat by making it scale, but let's see if this works. All right, cool. All right, so that's what we learned. All right, let me recap. We learned this together. We have a section. This section is what holds, this is our row, okay? Our row container has a height of 500 VH. You can play around with this height. This is just how slow or how fast your animations will happen, because this is what is also causing the stickiness. And VH means viewport height. So if I set it to 300, it should work. It should animate a little bit smoother. Yeah, there we go. And it's a lot less for me to scroll down to. And this also has position relative, because this is what sticky will stick to. So if you have a sticky position as a child of this element and it has no relative, it's going to stick to the body, or it's not going to work at all. So you need a position relative on something that is the parent of a sticky. The sticky is what sticks, and so that's what I'm talking about. This is now relative to whatever it has the relative position. And you got to make sure that you set it to 0 or whatever number you want, because when it gets to the top, that's the 0, that's when it's going to stick. You can set this to a higher number if you want to add some margin, so it'll stick right there, as you can see this gap, or you can set it to 0. There we go. Now, how we got this content box working is we set this to position absolute, so it's on top of the watch. All right, it's on top of the lottie file, and we put it on top using position absolute and z index. And with position absolute, just like sticky, it's looking for its relative. So a parent div needs to have position relative. If it doesn't, then this position absolute will just target, it'll be relative to the body tag. All right, so yay, we figured it out. And you'll be able to clone this whole project at the end of the stream, so you can play around with it, or you can make it better and say, hey, Nelson, I found a better way to do it. I would like to learn from you, or you can use it for a future client project. I mean, hey, it's yours. Do whatever you want. What's next? Okay, so we learned how to do that. Kinda. So let's do another interaction where we have sticky on the right. This one should be easier because it's in a grid and it's not overlapping anything. So we have sticky on the left, and then on the right we just have content moving up. And at the same time, we have an image that is moving in, that's scaling in. So how do we do that? I don't know. Let's learn. All right, section. Let's go. All right, so this section, let's go ahead and give it the same color. Actually, no, let me just give it the same class name. Section, cool. And let's give it a row. Oops. Let's give it a div and row 1 container. All right, so row 1 container again is position relative. And actually, no, we can. Wait, brain thinking. Okay, cool. Thank you, brain. So we can leave it as, we could rename this to row container. That's fine. All right, so in here, I really don't like using Flexbox for columns. It just takes way too much time to make one row with 2 columns. What's easier than that? Command E, type grid, press enter. You're done. You have 2 columns, 2 rows. You can even delete one of the rows. Flexbox. You're not that fast. So there you go. And you can also play around with the gap too. So let's do 32 on the columns for the gap. Boom, done. Cool. Let's go ahead and, do they have other color? Oh wait. Oh, they flipped the background color. All right, this section, section 2, and this is gonna be black, and this one right here. So each grid element, so I'm gonna put a div. We're gonna call this row 2 image holder. So this is gonna hold our image, and this is going to have a background color of that. And then we're gonna put another div. And then we're going to call this row 2 content, and we're going to give it the same background color. You know what? Why do I have to copy and paste that? I need to make a swatch. Cool. Done. This one right here, let's just give some padding. There we go. Cool. 42. Because that's the answer to everything. All right, so image holder. I have an image here. There we go. I'm going to drag this in. 1.1 megs. Dang. I'm going to drag in this. Cool. All right. But they have it smaller, right? Yeah. So, cool. Actually, okay, so it stops. Let me see here. The grid. Let's do this. The section, I'm not going to put it padding on the top because it feels like, in my head, it feels like this is like 100 VH, and then the grid has padding on the top and bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this. Remove this. And this grid is going to be, the height is going to be 100 VH, but with padding right here. Let's make this 100% of its parent. I don't think that worked. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Which wouldn't be the first time. All right. I'm going to just undo those, and I'll explain everything once we figure it out together. All right. So this is going to have a bunch of content. Let's just copy this content block right here and paste it here. Why is it that color? Oh, okay. So this content block, but I'm going to duplicate the class and call it row 2 content. The reason why, because I don't... row 2 content block. Okay. The reason why is because I don't want the margin 100. There we go. I want it at the top. This row 2 content. Let's make sure all text inside of it is white. Put some padding on all sides. Okay, cool. So this content block, let's just add some like padding or margin on the bottom, like 50 VH. So something like that, 2 paragraphs, and then copy paste. So it's 1, 2. Let's add a third one. Why not? Okay, so now we have some scrolling action going. Okay, but because of scrolling, I want to make sure that this is sticky. So what you need to do is this grid right here, because this grid is a parent of this row 2 image holder. This needs to be position relative. Cool. And now that position is relative, I can take this image 2 holder and set it to sticky. And this is 0. I'm guessing this is not going to work, and I think I know why. Yep, it didn't work. So if you ever use grid and you're trying to use sticky and you're like, wait, how come it's not sticking? I've set position relative. It's because, all right, pro tip, your grid has a default of stretch. You need to set the grid to align start. Align it to the top. All right? When that happens, the sticky works. Why does this happen? Because if you stretch it, look how tall the left column is compared to the right. Both of them are stretching as tall as each other. So sticky is not going to work because the sticky is like, hey, I'm just as tall as my friend here. So I don't have to stick. So we're cool. But if you align top on the grid, then you get the stickiness because the left side is shorter than the right. And so there you go. All right. Okay, let's do something with this. Let's make the height of this shorter, like 300 pixels or something. Let's say 90 VH. Let's do something like that. And do overflow hidden. Cool. Can this, let's see here. Can we start the margin to be like negative 50% of itself? I don't know if this is possible. Ooh, okay. Because I want it to be kind of centered. And then we're going to zoom into that, that crown. So maybe 14. I don't know where 14 comes from, but we'll do it like that. Okay. So now that I have my image set up, my content ready to go, it's time to do some interactions. I want to zoom in to the crown. Let's get the row container, I'm guessing. Row container, and we'll set an element trigger while scrolling in view. Play scroll animation. Create a new one. We're going to call it watch zoom to crown. And zoom out. And we're going to target this image. At 0%, we're going to scale it to 1, which is its original size. And then at 100%, we're going to scale it 1.7. Taking a guess. But also we need to move it. So at 0%, I'm going to set a move on the transform. So we're going to start at 0, 0 down here. 0, 0. So 0 on the X, 0 on the Y. And then we're going to do another move transform. And now we can move it. And I like to use percentages instead of straight pixels. So you can change to percent. Change to percent. And then we start moving things around. Let's move it that way. Let's move it that way. Something like that. Like, hey, it's a crown. Oh, because we set it to percent here, we're still seeing the caution symbol. And what this caution symbol means is like, hey, something's wrong with this animation. And the reason why is because I'm using percent on this keyframe, but on this one, I'm using pixels. So if I scroll down here, it's still set to pixels. So I need to make sure I'm using the same units on both keyframes. All right. So now that caution symbol's gone. I scroll down. That thing is still working. That zoomed in really slow. Let's make it faster. All right. So I'm going to hold shift and click on both. We'll start this one at 20, and then this one's going to end at, like, let's say 60. This is the part of animation where it's like timing. It's up to you how you want your timing to happen. There we go. Hey, Tim Cook. Hi. This can be done in Webflow. You should tell your team to use Web... No, I'm just kidding. They're doing a wonderful job with their websites. But if they want to look into Webflow, hey, Tim, if you want to call, I can show you the beauty of it. Actually, there was some Apple designers at this one conference that Vlad spoke at. And I helped Pablo Stanley. He did a Webflow workshop, and I was helping assist him. And there's these two or three Apple designers there, and I showed them what I built in Webflow. I did show them one of the Apple pages that I recreated in Webflow, and they're like, didn't know you can do that. And I was like, yeah, it's really cool. But I doubt that they're using it right now. But hey, if they're using it for prototyping, that would be cool too. But Tim, give me a call. All right, moving on. Cool, we did 2 things in 30 minutes. 40 minutes. 35? One of those things. But, yeah. Let's go. What's next? What did I have? Oh, cool. These videos. So, watch this. I'm going to scroll all the way back up. I'm going to play the video. Refresh. Check this out. As I scroll down, it's an HTML5 video. So usually HTML5 videos, they play on their own. Even if the element is not visible on the screen, you haven't even got there yet as you're scrolling down, it will play. But I saw that when you're scrolling down on this page, the video doesn't autoplay until you get there. So I'm going to go down, going down, and then boom, the video starts to play. All right. And I was like, how do you do that? And then this is actually just a JPEG. The video is right here on the right. And as you scroll down, the video plays. I don't know if I'll be able to do this part, but I know I can do this part right here. I'll show you how, and I'll show you the custom code. So it's going to be really cool. All right, check it out. Let's just do another section. Cool. And this one, we're going to call it section. So we get that color back. We'll add another div for container. Nope, that's not the one I want. Row container. Cool. But I don't want it that tall. So let's duplicate the class and call it row 3 container. And I don't want that height. Cool. We're good. And let's add some padding. Cool. And let's drag this HTML embed into the row 3 container. All right. So this HTML embed, this HTML embed is just a HTML5 video tag. Okay. And it's just video, and it's pulling the video from Apple's web servers. All right. Super simple. You can find it in the clonable project when I'm done today. All right. However, if you don't have this JavaScript, here, let me turn off the JavaScript. Let's see here. And turned it off. publish. Let me show you the ending state. So the ending state of this is a 3-second video. This big bubble is in the center. That's how you know the video's done. All right. So if I go here to my version, yay, that works. Yay, that's broken. Why? I don't know. But look at, oh, the video doesn't even play. Yeah, so the video's not even playing. The bubble, the big bubble on this side didn't even go. I have to right click, show controls, and then press play. Okay, so how do I make this play on its own, but only when I scroll into view? Webflow doesn't have that. Webflow doesn't have an interaction to say, hey, video, play while scrolling to view. Maybe they can add it later. That'd be really cool. But for now, here's this cool JavaScript that I found, and I want to give big props to this person who made this JS fiddle. We'll say his name is... there we go. So credit to Alex Tade from Greece for making this JavaScript. So I took the JavaScript and I customized it a little. Oop, no, I want to leave his link there. Cool. So I customized it a little, and I'm not going to explain everything line by line. I'm just going to take a grouping of lines and explain a little bit. So this is just saying, hey, when the page is ready, do something. Cool. So when everything is loaded, do something. Now, as the person is scrolling, figure out where the video element is on the page, and then keep figuring out if the user has scrolled into that position yet. All right. So each time your scroll wheel clicks down, it's doing this function. It's doing this thing, like it's doing a check. Are you there yet? Are you there yet? So it's that annoying kid in the back of the car who's asking, are we there yet? Every time you scroll up or down. So are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But once the here, this is the scroll function. This is the are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Once we are there, then we can say, hey, for each of the videos that are on the web page right now, check if we're there yet. And if we are there, then play the video. And what I've added is make sure that this video doesn't have a class name of played. If it does play, then we're going to add a class saying, okay, this played, because I don't want it to replay every time we scroll up or down and we're looking at the video. All right. So this is the magical JavaScript. So if you have any videos that your clients or you would like to not play until until it scrolls into view, this is the thing. And so, yeah, I published it. Let me refresh. And you can refresh too on your screen. There we go. I don't know what's happening here. That's making me a little bit, but watch. Boom. Now it's playing and then stop. Cool. Done. And same thing with this one. Yeah. Look at that. We did 3 things really fast. Except for that. Okay, what are you doing? What is this? All right, let me see here. Maybe it's because it's lazy load. Let me just do that. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that Webflow bug. I can't close you. Oh, if I do that, yeah, that makes sense. If I scroll up. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's because it was position sticky. All right, so let me refresh and try it. Refresh. Yay, okay, cool. Cool. Sweet. All right. Since it's 11:26, I'll go ahead and start looking at the questions.